What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about chip shortages yet again and again. It's not good news. This is scarily what I've been predicting, and I've actually been saying this for quite a while, in that it seems like every 3, 4, 5, 6 months, maybe twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, we hear that the chip shortage issue is going to be resolved at a later date. And that date keeps pushing itself, right? When the PS5 and Series X and S first came out, we were told like late 2021 it would be done, or maybe early 2022. Then it quickly became, well, the end of 2022, it's looking like. Then it became 2023. Now that brings us to this story, which is Intel's CEO, Pat Gelsinger, I believe that's how you say his name, and he spoke to CNBC and he revised the prediction. So originally, the early estimates were 2023. Now, again, that wasn't the original estimate. The original estimate, I believe, was like late 2021. But the recent one, like a few months ago, was 2023. And now he predicts it's going to go into 2024. This is about as awful as it possibly can get. And again, like, I come from this from a place of, like, I have them. I have a Series X, I have a PS5, and I think what's going on here is quite pathetic. Now, isn't necessarily these people's fault. No, you could blame certain world events that have plagued us for 2 years, right? But like, the industry keeps moving. So while I sympathize, and I do want people to get the consoles, and I do understand you literally can't. For the specifically, I would say PS5 are very difficult. Xbox is getting a little bit better, but they paid to get that sorted out, right? Sony doesn't want to pay. Xbox paid. They got more systems, basically, which means chips, and Sony didn't. So I sympathize with that, but I also would say, maybe controversially, I don't sympathize with the idea that we need to hold on to the PS4. Like, I get that, because you can't get PS5s, because you can't get Series X's, and the years we all get older, right? I understand the idea of, well, just continue with the PS4 and Xbox One until this thing gets sorted out. The issue is, again, technology is always moving. You literally can't do that. So now but now what it's starting to seep into, and this is what is truly terrifying. In a couple years, okay, at the end of this year, and we're already almost halfway through it, we will be at 2 years that the PS5 and Series X and X we're out, okay? That's 2 years. If history serves, and trust me, it will, Sony and Microsoft will try to do a mid-gen console. They will try to do the PS5.5, and Xbox, and Xbox will come up with some other new name, and you'll have that. And that could happen really as soon as 2023 or 2024. In fact, I think the rumor was 2024. I could be wrong there, but maybe it is. And I get that. Because, if the cycle is 6 years, if it's 7, I think it'll probably be 6 to 7 years, probably 7, considering the chip shortages. So let's say 7. At year 3 or 4, you have that middle console, which is literally next fall or the fall after. You would have a new console. Now, the issue is, based off of this report, you literally still won't be able to get a PS5 by then. So you still can't get a PS5. Now, yes, people are getting the PS5s, right? I want to make that known, because like the PS5 is selling. The Series X and S are selling. But what are you're gonna get to like 40, 50 million, maybe, and that's maybe a long shot specifically for PlayStation, and just because you can't get them, and so you have that, but then you're gonna have a new console, and it's like, well, people still can't get the first one, and then 3 to 4 years after that, there'll be the PS6. So and this is literally what I've been predicting, and this is actually why I was afraid, specifically for like when we don't let go of games for the last generation. That was like my main fighting stance, right? If you let games come out on both, I get it, right? But I'm just like, this is the argument. If you have games come out, say PS4 and PS5, and you have that happen, say 2 to 3 years into the PS5 life cycle, you're not having PS5 exclusives. Overwhelmingly, you're not having PS5 exclusives. You then would start, say, year 3 or 4. You're only in the PS5 generation then for 3 to 4 years. That's it. Because the first 2, you really didn't, embrace it. And again, I get it, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? In those 3 to 4 years, you would embrace it. And then you have to get excited for the PS6. And so I've always been worried about that. I've been worried about that since 2020, right? That's been my main worry. That carries over to the consoles themselves, though. The longer this chip shortage goes on, you do have to move on to the PS5.5. You do have to move on to PS6. The PS6, guys, is coming in 4 to 5 years, whether you like it or not. Okay, it's gonna happen. And so how many years are we going to have of like thriving PlayStation business, of people literally being able to go into a store and buying it at will, because we haven't had that yet? Are we going to get that in year 3 in 2023? No, actually, we're not, considering this rumor. Are we not even rumor, report. I mean, this guy knows his stuff. What about 2024? Maybe until maybe say September or October of this year, in which they tell us, no, it's really looking like 2025 now. You know what? Scratch that. Chips don't exist anymore. We're never going to be able to get them to you. I mean, you know, like, it just keeps moving. And so while I want to believe 2024 is the end, I wanted to believe 2023 was the end. I wanted to believe 2022 was the end. So if this keeps going, by the time you're able to get the PS5, a PS5 and a half will probably be out at the same time, and then enjoy it while it lasts, because you'll have 3 years. And then you'll need to get the PS6, because they'll be pushing the I mean, it's not just PlayStation. I know I mean, PlayStation does have the bigger chip shortage issues. They were both relatively similar. But again, like, Microsoft kind of paid for the upper hand to get more production there. So I'm just using PlayStation as an example. It's horrible. I mean, this is a stupid cycle. And it's probably going to be a stupid cycle for the cycle. Like, we're not getting a quarter of the cycle. We're not getting a third. At this point, we're looking at literally half. If the chip shortage doesn't end until the fall of 2024, that would be 4 years after the PS5. You only have, I would say, a max 3 years left until the PS6 comes out. I don't see the PS5 and Series X and S being out for 8+ years. I think it's 7. I really think they want 6. They want to, you know, keep it going faster, but they probably can't. So I think 7 years. So, I mean, it's a joke. It's not, again, who do you even blame? Who do you blame? Again, you could say, well, Sony, you shouldn't have released the PS5 during COVID. All right, well, when was a good time then? And again, like, I'm not making fun, or I'm not, you know, that's not a malicious attack at people who think that way, but I am genuinely curious, like, when's the right time? Because if you did it now, you also wouldn't have enough of them. Maybe you stock them up, you'd be able to get like 20, 30 million, but that's where we're at right now. So when is a good time to release the PS5? Next year? The year after? So you wanted the PS4 around for 9 to 10 years? There's no happy middle ground for any argument. It's kind of like you have to just deal with it. And again, like, this is genuine. I'm not faking this. I'm upset. It's annoying. It's stupid. And I have them. You know, like, I can look at them right now when I'm recording, and I'm still upset. So it sucks. I don't really know what else to say. Hopefully it gets fixed fast, but to be flat honest, that's a pipe dream. That's not going to happen. It's not. 2024, maybe 2025 now. Maybe the PS5 will be sorted out as the PS6 is coming out the same year. Maybe that's what we have to wait for. I really don't know. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, so you know when all these videos go. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.